Please start.
Hello, namaste, sat sri akal, assalamu alaikum, and welcome to yet another episode of Greener, Happier Tomorrow. We at Parijay Genius are here to introduce you, as promised, every alternate Saturday with passionate plant lovers to share their stories with us and inspire towards a greener environment. I'm your host, Seema Sharif, a relationship and emotional intelligence coach, effective communications trainer, and a content writer by profession. Today, we have our guest, Ms. Sangeeta Khanna, a chartered accountant by profession, honored by the ICAI Accountant Chandigarh for her exemplary humanitarian services in helping people during the second wave of COVID. We also have her daughter along with us, Ms. Rona Khanna, a student of class 8 who excels in every activity that she participates in with a passion for greenery. She's a nurturer of Mother Nature. Parijay Genus, as you know, is committed to the cause of greener environment, restoring green wealth that Mother Nature has gifted to us, which mankind has been depleting. We need to pass on this green legacy to our generations for a better tomorrow. Our motto is every corner needs a plant. Don't you all agree that every corner needs a plant? We need to nurture every corner of our house, and what better way than to have a plant in every corner? We were also supposed to have our guest, Mr. Khanna, with us, Mr. Pradeep Khanna, but due to a certain health issue, he's not being able to be with us. However, let's continue with our discussion. Welcome, Ms. Sangeeta and Ms. Ronak. So, Ms. Sangeeta, when did you both as individuals, that is you and Mr. Pradeep, realize that your passion for plants and environment is bubbling within you?
Actually, I think in both our cases, it started right from the childhood. We both were living in independent houses, so generally, all those who have been in Chandigarh, they know that at that time, I'm talking of 70s. So at that time, there was only
Could you
50%
be a little louder, Ms.
uh,
Sangeeta? I mean, if I could just request.
just a second. Is
Is
it
it
better
better
now?
now?
100%. Yes, please go
Oh.
ahead.
So, those who live in Chandigarh, they
So,
know
like
basically at
those who
that time
live
in
in
70s,
Chandigarh,
there
they
was only
know
50%
basically at
area
that time
allowed.
in 70s, there was only
There was a
50%
lot of
area allowed
vacant
construction. So there was a lot of
normally
vacant space, and
बैकयार्ड्स में सभी के
normally
क्यारियां होती
backyards
थी
में सभी के क्यारियां
तो
होती थी.
यू नो
So, तब से बचपन से ही फ्लावर्स और हम प्लांट्स वगैरह सब देखते
my
आ रहे थे.
daddy used
माय
to
दादी यूज्ड
plant
टू
almost
प्लांट ऑलमोस्ट मोतिया,
मोतिया नींबू
नींबू
और
और
वो
वो
सब
सब.
और
और
इधर
इधर
मेरे
मेरे
इन-लॉज
इन-लॉज
के
के
घर
घर
में
में
देयर
देयर
वाज
वाज लोकार्ड
लोकार्ड
ट्री
ट्रीज
से.
से
और
और
इतने
इतने
मीठे
मीठे
उनके
उनके
फल
फल
होते
होते
थे.
थे किसी ने
मतलब
मतलब
मार्केट
मार्केट
से
से
इफ यू
इफ यू
बाय
बाय
दोस
दोस फ्रूट्स यू
they were
दे
never
नेवर
tasted
टेस्टेड
good.
दिस गुड
So
सो
probably
प्रोबेबली
at a
at a
subconscious
subconscious
level
level
वहीं से
वहीं से
हमारा जो
हमारा जो
twist with the
twist with
plant
the plant
started.
started
And
and
it
it
grew
grew
further when
further
we
when we
went to
went to
Switzerland
Switzerland
actually.
actually.
Pradeep's
Pradeep's
first
first
posting on
posting
site
on
was
site
he
was
works
he
for
works for
Infosys WP,
WP,
just as told.
told.
So
I'm
there,
sorry to interrupt you. You can just mute the laptop speaker and let the volume come on the phone. Yeah, thank you. Please continue.
so when we went to Switzerland, there we landed there in like 31st around 31st December. So all the trees were just barren. There were no leaves at all. And when spring came, suddenly all the trees were full of flowers. It was like so beautiful, huh? And you just couldn't stop noticing the change and the transition from being totally leafless to full of flowers, and then the leaves came later actually. So that made those trees stand out. I mean, it was something like, God has suddenly planted somewhere in between you, and you just can't stop noticing those trees. So the cherry blossoms and all. I mean, that actually brought the focus back onto the plants. When we came back to India, it was like, okay, yeah, यहाँ पर अमलतास के लगे हुए हैं, यहाँ पर वो है, पलाश के फूल हैं, कचनार है. So suddenly all those things which probably, you know, while driving we won't even notice, this suddenly came back into the focus. So I think that's how it all started.
Right. Many a times we're not aware of our surroundings. हम लोग आसपास की चीजों को इतनी आसानी से नजरअंदाज कर देते हैं.
That
And
is
yes, it was so beautifully brought about कि कैसे आप, you know, moving into a different environment, that's when actually, you know, started to get aware. That was beautifully brought about. And जितना मैं आपके बारे में सुनी हूँ आपकी जुबानी and knowing a little bit about your story, I mean, I would like to tell my audience that, you know, sometimes love can blossom in so many ways. And one of the most key aspect of any love when you express, as the whole world knows universally, are the red roses. So, but in your case, as in Miss Sangeeta and Mr. Pradeep's case, love blossomed with plants, and not just with plants, with different type of plants in a very unique way, which will be unfolded in the following questions, and the, you know, the lovely gestures which Mr. Pradeep showed towards you. So how did this conscious thought of gifting plants come to Mr. Pradeep?
I think it was basically, you know, he had love for plants, and his basic main feeling was that, you know, when we gift bouquets to each other, they will blossom for maybe, you know, they'll remain in bloom for 3-4 days and then they'll just like start wilting. So he wanted to give something more eternal. And what
Right.
better thing than roses? Actually, I'm missing him right now because I wanted him to relate this part of the story, but he's ill,
Absolutely.
so can't help that. And that's how I think he brought it. I was like really surprised. It was Valentine's Day and he came home and with a pot full of this and the roses blooming in it. It was lovely. And it was like, you know, when he came, my mouth was open. So it was like that.
Yeah.
And then and we were in and out of India, yes. And my mother-in-law, all credit to her also to keep that plant alive when we were not in India. And this year, like we completed the 20th year started. So he said, now it's like for the next 20 years, I must gift you another one. So this time he gifted me Rajnigandha.
Super.
So let's hope
Wonderful.
both of them carry on. For we placed both of them together. So hope they carry on for the next 20 years.
Hope so. We hope so, and we pray with all our best wishes to you. So,
Thanks.
what more beautiful way than to give a Rajnigandha? I mean, seriously. So, I think
That was actually, no, Raat Ki Rani. He gave me Raat Ki Rani. Rajnigandha he gave me on my birthday.
okay.
So it was like my birthday is on 11th. So he got
Ji.
11 Rajnigandhas for me, and both father and daughter, they kept it just like a surprise. Okay, I won't even. I kept asking, what have you planted in these pots?
Right.
No, it's a surprise. We're not telling you. So when it bloomed,
Okay.
and then I felt, okay, it looks like I hadn't seen a Rajnigandha plant before. I had only seen those, like normally you get a stick or two in the bouquets. So
Right.
that's what I knew about them. So, but when it finally bloomed, I said, oh, so this is what you were planning. And it was a very lovely surprise. And it's good, like, you know, even now, most of them have now like bloomed and wilted. But whenever there's still one left. So when I just open the door and then I come out in the evening, in the night, in the back courtyard, it's like the smell is lovely. And I feel, oh
Awesome.
God, where am I? Some place nice.
Right.
So it gives me, I feel like staying out and, you know, relishing the whole environment and all. It's good.
Awesome.
Lovely feeling that.
I think it's such a wonderful tip to all my audience also here that, you know, अगर प्यार की खुशबू फैलाना है, so what more better way than to, you know, gift, you know, the most fragrant flowers, the flowering plants that you could gift them, you know, so that उसकी खुशबू जो है वो सदा बहार रहे. Wonderful, wonderful. So, I mean, talking about this wonderful way in
Actually,
which
we have had a nice tryst with the flowers, I would say. One of
जी.
the years we were in Mangalore. So there, we just as we were fond of plants, so we potted a rose. We didn't pot it actually, क्यारी में ही लगाया था वो. And it had some kind of, I don't know, some psychological connection with us. Whenever anything, some kind of connection, whenever anything special used to happen, it would bloom one flower. And with this big, and I don't know, it was clairvoyant or what, it just used to know that there's something about to happen in the family. Like if my in-laws were visiting, one flower will bloom. If I got posted in the bank, so I had to be posted out of Bangalore. So when I came back, and when we got a posting in Switzerland, so I came back from there back to Bangalore. Again, it bloomed. So I don't know. I think there is some connection between at a deeper level.
Yes, there are a couple of researches which don't get so published that often, but yes, plants do emote and respond to our emotions towards the plants. तो पेड़ पौधों में भी जज्बात होते हैं. वो बोलते हैं कि जितना हम उन्हें प्यार से उन्हें पाले, उन्हें पोसे, वो उतना ही वो खुशबूदार होते हैं, उतना ही वो फलते हैं, फूलते हैं. There is a research with that. They say plants do have emotions. Of course, there's a bit of a debate on that. But yes, आपने experience किया, and that's the great thing about it. So, you have such a wonderful way of this gifting plants and उसके साथ जो जुड़े हैं, जो आपके जो जज्बात जुड़े हैं आप दोनों के. So with this, जैसे आप लोगों ने सोचा कि इसको passing on this legacy to the next generation for you, who is Ronak. So the teachings that you have given, Ronak, आप और प्रदीप जी दोनों मिलके, could you elaborate on that so that all our audience can also learn from it, experience it, and probably they can adopt the same thing in their own lives?
Actually, it just happened naturally. We didn't make a conscious effort. I remember we were in Malaysia at that time when Ronak was around 3 years and school hasn't really started. So one fine day we just had an idea. Okay, she had those miniature toys, itna sa lion, itna sa, all those jungle animals. So she was wanting to play, and in Malaysia, it's like most of the people, they speak Malay, so there was a communication gap. She didn't have many friends around. Particularly, the language was a barrier. So she was playing generally on her own. So on the spur of the moment, we thought, okay, let's create a jungle for her. So moong ki dal to har ghar mein hoti hai, and we took a cutlery tray, it was spare. So उसमें हमने थोड़ी मिट्टी डाली, and we told her, रौनक, पौधों को ना सिर्फ 3 चीजें चाहिए होती हैं, because she saw हमने वहां पर भी ना धूप के लिए और ऐसे छोटे छोटे प्लांट्स लगा दिए थे अपने उसमें अपार्टमेंट में. So we taught her, रौनक, पौधों को बस 3 चीजें चाहिए होती हैं, पानी, मिट्टी और धूप. And we would ask her, पौधों को क्या क्या चाहिए, and ये अपनी तोतली सी भाषा में बोलती थी, पानी, मिट्टी और धूप. And when we वहां पे हमने एक जो कटलरी का सेक्शन था उसमें हमने पानी डाल दिया, which was a pond for the animals and all. And when those moong things they sprouted, so वो मतलब इतने बड़े बड़े हो गए थे. It looked like a proper jungle. I don't have a photograph for it, but it was beautiful, and it was a hands-on experience for her. Okay, plants only need our affection and these basic things. I mean, they give out oxygen and all that. Those things came much later. And then, as and when she was growing, I remember a couple of years ago there was this a maize plant. It planted here. It grew on its own in our garden. So when we were dismantling it, because it was not essentially a tree that we had planted, a plant we had planted, so we were taking it out. So then we showed her, look how it it helps you in soil conserving the soil and prevents soil erosion. So when she actually practically saw that all those roots were like really holding the soil together, it was a hands-on experience for her, which probably no book can teach. So things like these kept happening, and when we were going out, she learned about venations. Plants have parallel and articulate variations. She made videos out of them, and she had a love for photography. आजकल बच्चे तो हर वक्त कैमरा हाथ में पकड़ के बैठे होते हैं. So she made lots of videos about that, and she became conscious about the environment actually. And because we made a, by chance, our anniversary comes in June, my birthday comes in July, her birthday is in August, it's just 1 week away. So, so I mean, this is the monsoon season. So it was natural for us to, plant trees in this time. And as you can see in this video,
Ji.
also she has in this slide, she some photographer from the press, they got inspired by when they saw she's planting 20 trees together on her birthday. So they just clicked her picture and posted it in the newspaper.
Yeah, many
So
congratulations
because
to
of all
Ronak.
that, she just got on. Now she is equally conscious about it. Okay, what plants you like? Rangoon creeper इसने खुद ने पसंद किया कि ये मैंने घर में लाकर लगाना है and all that. So I think I'm reasonably sure that we have passed on that love for plants to her.
Right. So that was a wonderful feature, Ronak. You got a newspaper covering you and getting you featured on it. Would you like to speak about it, Ronak, about what you did and your drive towards the plants that actually got you featured in the newspaper?
Video off भी किया आपने. बताओ ना. Tell me. That this is how you felt.
I felt happy about the plants. When the plants started blooming, it gives a nice feeling when the plants which you have planted start blooming. It's like,
Yes, go ahead.
it's like when you make something and it turns out well, like a cake, it gives you that sort of satisfaction.
Wow.
And tell them about the videos that you made. Articulate और वो जो अपने garden की बनाई थी फिर सारी. Yes, you converted that.
I like both photography and plants, so I decided to combine them, and I have made videos regarding the roots of plants, the root systems, and how they prevent soil erosion, and how the roots and the venations of leaves plants are related. Like if a plant has tap roots, it will most likely have reticulate venation, and if a plant has fibrous roots, it will most likely have parallel venation, like banana and grasses.
Awesome. Awesome observation. I mean, that's a great interest you have, Ronak.
I do.
Superb, superb. We like more of your kind onto our platform to come and speak about it. In fact, I'm sure you are inspiring your friends in your school and around your house, your neighbors. I'm sure you're a good inspiration, and keep it up, and congratulations again for all that you're doing.
Thank you. And we have found a new method of encouraging people to plant trees and about connecting them to the friendship. I have some friends near my house, and one day I decided to go and plant a tree with them, and we call it a friendship tree. So basically, one of us takes care of that plant, and it is a symbol of our friendship. And around our house, there have been many people who got inspired by us to plant trees.
Such a lovely thing, Ronak, having a friendship tree planted by all your friends together. I mean, that's a huge takeaway for all our audience, planting a friendship tree. What could be better? I mean, each time you nurture the tree, you nurture your friendship, you're reminded of your bond. Superb. Very well done, Ronak. Very well done.
Thank you.
Sangeeta ji, see, you believe in being environment friendly, both you and Pradeep ji. So, and also you practice it both with waste management and composting, manuring. So can you please elaborate on what are the steps you undertake in order to propagate being environment friendly?
Actually, yeah, this is a good question that you asked, because this is something I've actually been trying to reach out to whosoever is interested in conserving our environment, because we all, like, hear a lot about. Sorry, you said something?
No, please
Am I
continue.
audible? Okay.
Yes,
So we
yes,
are
you
all
are.
conscious about the misuses of plastics and how plastic is bad, and we should try to avoid it. We actually try to avoid it, but then the milk normally comes in plastic packets, and dahi, it comes in plastic packets. So rather than throwing them away, what we do is, like, we cut it open and fill the soil in it, and we normally throw away all our peels and pips, right? जो भी fruit हमने खाया उसकी गिटके हम फेंक देते हैं. So what better way than to plant those packets? एक तरफ से आप packets भी फेंकते नहीं हो, they get recycled. उसमें मिट्टी डाल के आपने वही बीज जो आपने आम की गुठली फेंकनी थी वो आपने उसमें लगा दी. So now we have around at any point of time around 30 to 40 saplings ready to be planted. So
जी.
कुछ नहीं है, अपने हमारे यहाँ पे एक पानी की जो टंकी है हमने उसके ऊपर रख दिया. So it's not taking much space also, but at the same time we have all the plants ready. हमने इमली लगा रखी है, उसमें लुकाट लगाया हुआ है, कड़ी पत्ता है, नींबू के इतने सारे पौधे निकल आए. And many times the 3-4 plants, they just take roots together somehow, and we just, whenever we plant them, we don't try to separate them. Pradeep would say they are childhood friends, let them be. And actually we see they flourish together very nicely.
जी.
So that way it's, this is a good thing that मुझे लगता है it's a very positive effort in the right direction that we try to help conserve the environment.
Yeah.
It's a two-pronged strategy. एक तरफ से आप अपने घर में ही saplings लगा रहे हो, पैदा कर रहे हो, you don't have to really go out and buy. So what I'm trying to tell is that it doesn't really require much effort to be environment friendly. आप अपने घर में हर कोई फ्रूट खाता है और हर कोई उन फ्रूट्स को हम अपने दूध भी हर कोई लेता ही है. तो अगर आप एक इतना सा एफर्ट करो, आई मीन doesn't require much effort, और कितना, 1 या 2 चम्मच, 1 कड़छी 2 कड़छी पानी उसमें डलेगा, उससे ज्यादा पानी नहीं चाहिए होता उनको saplings को. And whenever there is a monsoon season, उस टाइम पे आप जाके कहीं पे भी प्लांट कर दो. So what we basically, the more trees around we will have, the more rain we'll get. Otherwise ये drought like conditions हो जाएंगी तो क्या फायदा. Normally we see such dark clouds coming in the rainy season, but they don't rain. They go and shed themselves elsewhere. It's basically because the tree cover is depleting. So this is a nice way of, in fact, we have turned around a park around here, very near to our house. It was a totally junk place, and all those druggies used to sit there, and now it's such a beautiful place. We have around 60-70 plants over there already in different stages of progression. So it feels so good when we go there.
Wonderful. Yes. Definitely. And what about the manuring and composting that you do yourself?
That you asked, actually, I forgot to tell you about that. See, again, except for the onion peels, which we should throw away, rest of everything else is we use it. And plants particularly, somehow they love banana peels. आप उसको as it is ही, मतलब उसे composting भी करने की जरूरत नहीं है, as it is ही थोड़ी मिट्टी खोदो और उसके अंदर उसको बरी कर दो बस, and that's it. And वो plants इतनी beautifully grow करते हैं उसके बाद, जैसे उनको पता नहीं कोई हमने वो दे दिया है, some wonder pill.
Right.
Probably it's the phosphorus and all in the bananas which plants love.
Gee. That was nice. That was a very good tip that you have given our audience, and
Yeah,
I hope it helps them.
Except for the onion peels, आप उसको बस बरी कर दो. You don't even need to compost it actually.
Right.
And one more thing that I like to tell, normally जो हमारे plants होते हैं ना, they love loamy soil. तो हम मिट्टी जो है उसमें अगर थोड़ी सी हम रेत मिला देते हैं, because हर plant की उसकी requirement थोड़ी थोड़ी अलग होती है.
जी.
ऐसा नहीं है कि हर कोई, जैसे अब तुलसी है उसको ज्यादा अगर आप क्ले उसमें डाल दोगे तो वो उतना नहीं फ्लरिश करेगी बिकॉज अगर आप हम बिकॉज वी बीन टू मैंगलोर देयर वी सॉ ऐसे तुलसी इज ग्रोइंग लाइक अ वीड एंड इट्स बेसिकली मोर सैंडी एरिया देयर, तो अगर उसमें सैंड का कंटेंट ज्यादा रहेगा तो द प्लांट विल फ्लरिश बेटर. So depending upon different आजकल इंटरनेट सबके पास है तो we can always do that bit of a research कि इसको loamy soil चाहिए या sandy soil चाहिए and accordingly we can prepare our own mixture. थोड़ी सी मतलब नॉर्मल मिट्टी में अगर आप सैंड मिला देंगे तो that makes a lot of difference for the plant. That's I think I would like to share that knowledge with people.
Wonderful tips, Sangeeta ji. Coming back to your previous experience that you shared about how you saw barren trees in Switzerland, and later on you found that the same trees again started to bloom. So, living across different cultures, what is the most common streak? And also, what good did you imbibe from different cultures towards nature and their attitude towards nature? And how can we improve our environment? टेकिंग फोर्थ दूसरे लोगों का जो कल्चर है, उनकी जो एटीट्यूड है टुवर्ड्स देयर कल्चर, या वो क्या अडॉप्ट करते हैं, वो हम अपने कल्चर में कैसे अडॉप्ट कर सकते हैं टुवर्ड्स अ बेटर एनवायरनमेंट?
एक्चुअली इफ यू आस्क मी, मुझे लगता है आई रिमेम्बर माई चाइल्डहुड, अभी महाभारत की दोबारा टेलीकास्ट भी हुआ है लास्ट ईयर ड्यू टू कोविड. So there is this particular instance when all the Pandavas are in the jungle. So there Nakul and Sahadev कुछ पेड़ वगैरह काट रहे होते हैं and this Yudhishthir says a very nice line, beautiful. Somehow it's etched in my mind. He says कि प्रकृति से उतना ही लो जितना आपको जितनी आवश्यकता है. And I think it says volumes about the kind of thinking we had. And if we look around also, we have mainly been an agrarian society. So our love with plants has always been there. And मैंने जैसे बाहर जाकर देखा, it's like a concrete jungle, more of it. People just plant trees inside their homes and all. But generally speaking, it's more of concrete. And here we still have, अगर थोड़ी बहुत मिट्टी भी है and parks वगैरह हैं. जितने पार्क्स मैं चंडीगढ़ में देखती हूँ, I have not seen so many parks either in Switzerland or in the US or Malaysia. Malaysia में, yeah, that's one thing was really beautiful there. The jungles, the nature is such abundant rainfall there. It's more like जैसे बॉम्बे का weather होता है, so whole year long it normally rains in the afternoons. So the plants there flourish on their own, and that's one beautiful thing about that place. Really. But I feel we don't really need to look elsewhere. We have received very good, and I feel I'm lucky to be born in India. The kind of upbringing that we have received is probably something people actually relish that, because when I went to Malaysia, I remember one instance, the taxi driver, he was asking, okay, do you have some special classes for this and all that? How do you learn about your culture and all? And I was wondering, like, what is he asking? How come? Why do you attend classes for it? I mean, our parents teach us so many things, and probably no place else has joint family system as we have in India. So I feel blessed to be in India. Actually, for me, it was like very much like Harry Potter. Like Harry Potter had to visit his aunt every year to keep that the blessing that he had from his mother. So likewise, I had to visit India every year. I felt suffocated if I was out of India. I mean, once, and the moment I landed in India, it was, oh wow, back home. So the kind of values that we have received from our parents, they are sufficient to inspire us to remain in a green environment and be eco-friendly.
I totally agree with you on that note that there's no better place than coming home, and there's no better place than calling home as India. So I totally agree with you on that. Ronak, yes, please. Yes, Sangeeta, go ahead. You were speaking something.
I mean, हम अपनी फैमिली को भी अगर हम देखते हैं, many people have been inspired by whatever efforts we are doing. So there are many, like her friends only, they join us in the park and they would इसको रौनक को देखकर बहुत सारे बच्चों ने आकर एक छोटा छोटा अपना एक एक पौधा लगा देना पार्क में. So those things are actually changing. People have actually become more conscious about these things, and since we still give importance to our personal life, I think उतनी awareness जितनी हम लोग में है उतनी शायद लोग बाहर नहीं इतना care करते.
जी. We at Parijay also think the same कि जैसे आपने बोले कि छोटे छोटे पौधे लगाते हैं तो इसलिए बूंद बूंद से ही तो सागर बनता है. तो हमारे छोटे छोटे जो भी हम लोग एफर्ट्स लगाते हैं उसी से I think a huge wave of evolution can come about and how we can bring a more greener environment. So that is our main vision that we want to bring across, our small efforts towards a greener environment in whichever way. And I think Parijay wants to commend your family for actually involving in all these kind of activities. It's so voluntary and so unique and so nice. Ronak, dear, I would like to ask you if you have any of your suggestions, any tips for our audience, like आपने जो ये green initiative लिया है. So what is it that you want to convey to our audience as a young initiator?
I would basically like to advise that it doesn't require a lot to be a green person, to be caring for the environment. Like, we usually don't need to do much. For example, just small things like planting one tree on the special events. If everyone does that, like there are so many people in the world and so many people in India, even if every person in India plants one tree, it would make India a much greener place. For every tree that is cut, if a person plants one tree,
a green tourism in India.
Right. Such a beautiful thought. Would you like to add up on that, Ronak? Anything else that you would like to add up on that? Okay.
And
what
actually,
about, yes.
And for the younger generation, like obviously all the younger generation loves phones and cameras. So why don't we use that to the advantage of green cover? Like, we could make videos, we could make PPTs, and like we could post them on social media sites, or we could send them to our friends. We could gift each other plants, for that matter, on birthdays and all.
Sure. Beautiful thoughts coming from you, Ronak. A young, bubbling youth coming out with such thoughts is actually deserves a lot of appreciation. Don't you think so? I think our audience can applaud this young girl, the green initiator. Could we have a round of claps from the audience, please?
Actually, hearing her views makes me feel that we have done justice in bringing her up.
Right, makes you a proud parent.
A pat on my own back also.
Exactly.
I'm happy that she's like, so conscious about things.
Right. Would you like to add up on what Ronak said as a final tip to our audience?
See, it doesn't really take much of an effort. All we have got to do is just be conscious about it. And I feel like मेरे को वो ना उसका डायलॉग कोट करना पड़ेगा ओम शांति ओम से कि इतनी शिद्दत से तुम्हें पाने की कोशिश की है कि सारी दुनिया ने मुझे तुमसे मिलाने की साजिश की है. Something like that, right? So it's what is required is just a thought. The moment we think that we need to do something for the environment, everything just falls into place. You will, कहीं ना कहीं से आपको सोर्स पे मिल जाएगा. हमें तो अब ये लगता है यार हम और पौधे लगाएं कहाँ? I need more place for planting trees. Like Pradeep is saying, I'm going to create a mini jungle in that park only, okay, so that it can be highlighted. People are doing it. People are creating jungles actually on the rooftops only. So all you require is just a thought, and then things fall into place. God is there to guide us all actually. So आगे से आगे रास्ते खुलते ही चले जाते हैं, मुझे तो यही लगता है.
Absolutely.
It all starts with
Absolutely.
the thought. Thoughts what matters end of the day. So the moment you think कि हाँ कुछ करना है, तो अपने आप से ही आगे का रास्ता हो जाता है.
Thoughts become intentions and intentions become actions and everything falls in place. So thank you so much, Sangeeta ji and Ronak. Thanks a lot, dear. Both of you have been such wonderful speakers for us and given us so much of insight into what you all do. That was so nice.
It's something that's very close to our hearts. So
Right.
whatever I was saying, it was direct dil se.
Absolutely. Can totally understand your family feeling, the three of you. And I think, yes, and our audience can be inspired by your love story, and it's so much woven around the plants.
Yeah.
So beautifully you can connect love and plants together.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. To our audience, I would like to tell that right now we'll be having our founder, Ms. Ekta Bansal, speak about the ZZ plant. She would like to give you a little bit of the knowledge. She'll share her knowledge with you, as well as post that we can have you people unmute yourself and ask questions to Sangeeta and Ronak if you have. So over to Ekta now.
Very good evening to all. Thank you so much, Sangeeta ji and Ronak. You are really wonderful. You are an inspiration for the coming generations. So right now we will discuss about the ZZ plant. So let me share what ZZ plant is. You know, so many times we receive the questions that is there any minimum, the minimum maintenance plant. So minimum plant, first of all, the very first name for this is ZZ plant. So ZZ plant is NASA recommended air purifier. It is a plant which needs minimum light. It's called zero light and zero water plant. So why it is called the zero light, zero water plant? Because it can survive and without any light. It needs very minimum water. So Arsh, can you please share the image of the plant? Yes, you see, you can see the three different plants. They have the different sizes as well as the different foliage. So this is a beautiful plant which can be placed at any place without just thinking about they need the air, water, sunlight, nothing. They are just beautiful plants. Zero maintenance, zero light, and zero water. Recently, we have a feedback from one of our very dear friend family that they have not, due to lockdown, their office was closed and they were not able to water this plant for 2 months. Even then, the new saplings has grown. The new roots has grown these plants. So you can see that anybody who wished to, who is living in such situations at a place or very busy with the work, they should not be disheartened. They can go for so many plants that can survive indoor without light and without water. So just go ahead and grow as more as plants you can. So
Probably you could switch off your video
for
and
our
talk.
sessions
Yeah.
to know about the bouquets and flowers. He would, yeah, he would like to gift the plants. Yes, we also have the same thought, and it's a wonderful thought. Why, love is eternal. Our feelings are eternal. And why to give प्यार का तोहफा हो सकती है. Okay, so it should last forever. कि आप जब तक हम हैं तभी नहीं, आने वाली जनरेशंस को भी वो प्यार वाली फीलिंग्स जो हैं आनी चाहिए। तो उसका एक ही तरीका है कि हम लोग ज्यादा से ज्यादा पौधे लगाएं। So I think lovebirds should learn from this. That flowers is, हर रंग का एक मतलब है. If we talk about Valentine's Day, so Valentine's Day पे अब मुझे याद आ रहा है हमारा college time when we used to say that white is for the friendship, yellow is to, I think white is to start, and yellow roses is for a friendship. And red one is to
show, express love.
Your love and affection. Yes, to express the love. Sangeeta ji, you reminded all the colors and the feelings connected to the plants and the colors of the flowers. Yes, it's a beautiful thought that why to gift a flower, why not to give the plant? Instead of gifting the some colored flower, हमें क्या करना चाहिए? एक पौधा, वो पौधा जो फ्लोरिश करेगा और हर बार आपको याद दिलाएगा कि उस रंग का, उस पौधे का क्या मतलब है. So we have to give a thought. हमें क्या चाहिए? हमें सिर्फ कुछ पल का जताना है या हमेशा के लिए जताना है? So reminding us this thought. Thank you so much, Sangeeta ji. And the way Ronak is growing, I am really sure that she is going to be an inspiration. So all the best to both of to the whole the family, especially lots of blessings to Ronak. Ronak, just go ahead and keep doing your work and inspire the people.
Thank you so much, Ekta.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ekta. That was a wonderful knowledge sharing from Ekta for us about the ZZ plant. So I hope you all can go and fetch yourselves a ZZ plant either from us or from any of the nursery around you and start nurturing that plant with minimum maintenance. Anyone in the audience would like to, anyone in the audience would like to unmute themselves and ask, or you can put your questions in the chat box. We're open to questions. Okay, I guess all of you were pretty much clear about whatever you had to convey and those wonderful insights. Thank you so much, Ms. Sangeeta and Ms. Ronak. I would still like to tell our audience that every corner needs a plant, and you all will be definitely agreeing with me. So I'd like to also tell that we would invite passionate plant lovers to come by and be a part of our webinars, which come on every first and every third Saturday of the month. So join us and share your experiences, inspire the world to have a greener environment, show your passion, show your love for the plants, show your love for the nature that you have, and be a part of Parijay Genus. So together we can make a greener, happier world. And you can see on your screens, we have another episode coming up on the next Thursday. It's a Rakhi special. So please do join in, and you can have the details on the screen. And once you reach out to us on our social media, you can always have a link, and please be a part of our mission. We also have a mission of 1 lakh Trivenis to be planted pan-India. So please do join us with Parijay, and let's make a greener world together. Thank you so much, all of you. Good evening and have a wonderful weekend. We are also sharing our details with you on the screen, so kindly make a note of all our social media links as well as our contact details to get in touch with us for any saplings, plants, gifts, or any kind of information that you would require, or to be a part of our show as well. Thank you all. Thanks for being a wonderful audience with us. Thank you, Sangeeta. Thank you, Ronak, again. And thank you, Ekta, for your inputs as well. So signing off from Parijay Genus, good evening and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.